Hello everyone, welcome to my video. Today is Wednesday, the 22nd of January 2020. My name is Dan Kita from Thailand. In this video, I like to talk about the true Dharma or Nirvana for only people who have the most wisdom. If you are a real person who want to attain Nirvana in this life, you have to listen to me only because I have attained Nirvana for past 16 years. I'm ready to help everyone on this earth attain Nirvana in this life as well. I'm ready, but are you ready? It's up to you. You know, the story I will say the following, or everything I have already said. I want you to understand about the various ideas or thought process, because the idea is the heart of quenching suffering. If anyone can know their own thoughts, that means you find a way to avoid suffering. Not more to study than this. Please bear in mind. The topic to speak in this video is what's the true Dharma in Buddhism? Let me explain. You know, the true Dharma in Buddhism, it means it really exists. Please take a look. I say the topic to speak in this video is what is true Dharma in Buddhism. You know, the true Dharma in Buddhism is means it really exists. Please bear in mind. Let me explain. You know, I say what you see now, you see in the way you see. And what you hear now, you hear in the way you hear. And when you lift the chair, it's very heavy. You feel in the way you feel. What you see now, is really. What you hear now is really. What you see and hear now at the same time. What you see and hear now at the same time is really. Can you understand me? You see in the way you see, you hear in the way you hear. The true Dharma in Buddhism is mean it really exists. What you see now is really exists. What you hear now is really exists. You hear in the way you hear. Can you understand me? The true Dharma in Buddhism, the ultimate wisdom of true Dharma in Buddhism, it doesn't mean meditation. The true Dharma in Buddhism is not about meditation. It's not about mindfulness training. I show you like this. You know, this body gesture, it's just a body movement. It doesn't mean mindfulness training. But you were taught to believe when you do it like this, it means mindfulness training. No, not at all. I show you like this. It's just a body movement. You see in the way you see, you hear in the way you hear. This is true Dharma in Buddhism. To end of all suffering is very easy to understand. The true Dharma in Buddhism is mean, it's really exist. It means it's really exist. It's very easy to understand. You see in the way you see, you hear in the way you hear, and you feel in the way you feel. It's true Dharma. The true Dharma is natural. The true Dharma is natural. We can feel to the true Dharma from birth to death. The true Dharma, it doesn't have the fictional language to say. Now, you see in the way you see, and you hear in the way you hear. We cannot tell each other what do we see, what do we hear. Can you understand me? You see in the way you see. But what you see now, in the fictional language, we call a man standing. The word a man standing is just a fictional language. Can you understand me? The word a man standing is just a fictional language. What you see now is true Dhamma. What you hear now is true Dhamma in Buddhism. Can you understand me? You know. The true Dhamma in Buddhism, what is the true Dhamma? What is the true Dhamma in Buddhism? The true Dhamma in Buddhism, it means it's really exist. What you see now is really. What you hear now is really. And what you feel now is really. You know, what you see now, it doesn't mean that we see. What you hear now, it doesn't mean that we hear. What you feel now, it doesn't mean that we feel. But it means the nature is aware of nature. Can you understand me? The Buddha taught everything on this earth is soulless. It's not an ego. Our true self does not really exist. Everything on this earth is an impermanent because it's deteriorating all the time. Everything on this earth is soulless. It's not an ego. Our true self does not really exist. Everything on this earth is an impermanent because it's deteriorating all the time. Can you understand me? What you see now, you see in the way you see, it's really. What you hear now, you hear in the way you hear, it's really. This is true Dharma in Buddhism because it's really exists. Can you understand me? The true Dharma in Buddhism is very easy to understand. Can you understand me? The true Dharma in Buddhism is not about merit, not about meditation, not about mindfulness training. The true Dharma in Buddhism is naturally. You see in the way you see, you hear in the way you hear, and you feel in the way you feel. It's natural. Can you understand me? It's natural. This is true Dharma in Buddhism. What is the true Dharma in Buddhism? The true Dharma in Buddhism is mean. It's really exist. Can you understand me? It's really exist. You know, the Buddha taught people attain nirvana and this life. Achieving nirvana is the end of all suffering because there is no cause to be born anymore. The Buddha taught people attain nirvana in this life. Achieving nirvana is the end of all suffering because there is no cause to be born anymore. Can you understand me? Mm-hmm. Can you understand me? You know, the Buddha taught when we die and we born again with a new body. Our new body, it may not be a human. It may be an animal, maybe a devil, or maybe born in hell. But if we are lucky, back to be born again as a human, we may be crippled, such as be deaf and dumb, be a blind man, be a madman, etc. Although we born again as normal person, we must find food hunger. If there's no food to eat, we will die. The Buddha taught the food hunger is the most suffering disease. The food hunger is incurable disease. If there's no food to eat, we will die. And of course, you must find a losing of something you love, such as your father and mother die, son and daughter die. You may be find a losing of your property, such as losing a car, losing a house, or losing a land. Can you understand me? Everything on this earth is soulless, it's not an ego. Everything on this earth is impermanent because it's deteriorated all the time. You know. Even me and you, we are not be a human being. We just something happened to the mindful awareness. You know. The Buddha taught everything on this earth is an impermanent because it's deteriorated all the time. For example, you know, when a child is born, we call a baby. From a baby become the boy. From the boy become the teenage. From the teenage become adult. From adult become an old man. And then everyone on this earth must die. This is impermanent and deteriorate. Can you understand me? When the child is born, we call a baby. From a baby become a boy. From the boy become teenage. From teenage become adult. From adult become an old man. And finally, everyone on this earth must die. It's mean impermanent because it's deteriorated for all time. Can you understand me? No matter how many times we born again, we must find and suffer from any losing, as I mentioned before. Can you understand me? The Buddha taught people attain nirvana in this life. Nothing more to study than this. Achieving nirvana is the end of all suffering because there is no cause to be born anymore. Can you understand me? People who consider along, as I said over and over again, they will afraid of death and reincarnation. And finally, they decided to attain nirvana in this life. How to attain nirvana? It's very easy. Listening with concentration is the right practice. Don't make meditation and mindfulness training categorically. And stop seeking the way to attain nirvana, which was as method. You have to listen to me only, because I have attained nirvana for the past 16 years. I'm ready to help everyone on this road attain nirvana this right as well. I'm ready. But are you ready? Aha! It's up to you. As I told you, the Buddha taught people attain nirvana in this life. The Buddha taught people attain nirvana in this life. Nothing more to study than this. Because everything on this earth is soulless. Everything on this earth is an impermanent. Because it's deteriorated all the time. As I told you, when the child is born, we call a baby. From baby become a kid. From the kid become a teenage. From teenage become adult. From adult become an old man. And finally, everyone on this earth must die. This is impermanent and deteriorated. The Buddha taught everything on this earth is soulless. It's not an ego. Our true self does not really exist. The ultimate wisdom of true Dharma in Buddhism, we study only the subject of the mind. We did not study about human existence, because we are not be a human being. We are that something happened to the mind for awareness. What you see now, it doesn't mean anything. You see in the way you see, and you hear in the way you hear. But we were taught to believe what you see now. In the fictional language, we call a man standing. Where can I find the meaning of a man standing? The word a man standing is just a fictional language for communication, temporarily understanding. Can you stand me? Where can I find the meaning of a man standing? The meaning of the man standing does not really exist. It's just a fictional language. The word a man standing is word created by humans on this earth for communication, understanding temporarily. Where can I find the meaning of the man standing? It's in your thought, it's in my thought. Can you stand me? It's in your thought, it's in my thought. The meaning of the man standing does not really exist. You know, listen to me, please. No matter how many times we die, this body will die, but the mind will not die. The mind will reincarnation in a new body, which the new body may not be a human. It may be an animal, maybe devil, etc. When we die and be born again, then we die and be born again. This is the cycle of death and reincarnation. Achieving nirvana can stop the cycle of death and reincarnation forever. Now, this is the reason we have to attain nirvana in this life. Nirvana is eternal immortality. Please take a look. You know, the death and reincarnation is impermanent because it's deteriorated all the time. we study Dharma until seeing this impermanence. If you consider as I say, in the end, we will become weary of death and reborn. Death and reborn. Finally, we decided to achieve Dharma in this life. Nirvana is immortal forever. Please take a look. You know, if you can understand the story in this talk, no one suffering, no one happiness. Can you understand me? No one suffering, no one happiness. The ultimate wisdom in Buddhism cannot solve life problem. The Buddhism cannot solve life problem because our full self does not really exist. Can you understand me? I want to know the word life problem. What does it mean? The word life problem. What does it mean? It's just a fictional language. If I say I have life problem, if I say I have life problem, where can I find our true self? Where can I find our true self? The word I have life problem, what does it mean? I say this, that it sounds strange. Have you ever heard someone say like me before? No, not at all. I'm only one person on this earth who talk about this story. Our true self does not really exist. So, life problem does not really exist too. Can you understand me? The Buddha taught people attain Nirvana is right, nothing more to study than this. The correct Dharma practice in Buddhism, it doesn't mean meditation. It doesn't mean mindfulness training like this. I show you like this. This is the body movement. It doesn't. You see in the way you see. What you see now, I show you like this. You see in the way you see. It's really because it's true Dharma in Buddhism. I show you like this. It doesn't mean a man standing and show you like this. It doesn't mean a man sitting and I show you like this. It doesn't mean a man walking. Can you understand me? The true Dharma in Buddhism is very easy to understand. If you want to overcome anger, overcome suffering, and finally you want to attain Nirvana in this life, you must try to understand this story as much as possible. In this talk, I don't teach you anything. I don't teach you to believe me. But I have to borrow the fictional language to create content and story to talk to you for understanding about the various idea or thought process. You know, the perception to the eyes, ears, nose mouth, the body. The perception through the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body is through Dharma in Buddhism is really exit. The perception through the eyes, ear, nose, tongue, body is really exit. What you see now in everyday life, what you hear now in everyday life, it doesn't have the fictional language to say what do we see, what do we hear. You see in the way you see, you hear in the way you hear. But we were taught to believe in the meaning of the fictional language. I show you like this, and I say bah, bah, bah. I show you like this, and I say bah, bah. We were taught to believe. I say bah, bah is mean a baby goat, a goat, but in reality, what you see now, it doesn't mean anything. It's not mean anything. What you see now, you see in the way you see. In reality of true Dharma, we call it just something happened to the mindful awareness. And I say, bah, bah, bah. What you hear now, it's just something happened to the mindful awareness. Can you understand me? Bah, 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 bah. What you see and hear now, at the same time, it doesn't mean anything. We call the true Dharma in Buddhism because it's really exit. The true Dharma in Buddhism is mean, it's really exit. The true Dharma in Buddhism is mean, it's really exit. What you see now is really. What you hear now is really. What you feel now is really. It doesn't mean that we see, it doesn't mean that we hear, it doesn't mean that we feel, but it means the nature is aware of nature. Can you understand me? The true Dharma in Buddhism is very easy to understand. If you want to attain Nirvana in this flight, you must try to understand every story I convey in this video. Can you understand me? I show you. I show you again. Again. No matter how many times we die, this body will die. But the mind won't die. The mind will reincarnation in a new body, which the new body may not be a human. It may be an animal, maybe devil, etc. When we die and be born again, then we die and be born again. This is the cycle of death and reincarnation. Achieving Nirvana can stop the cycle of death and reincarnation forever. Nirvana is eternal immortality. This is the reason we have to attain Nirvana in this life. As I told you, this is the reason we have to attain Nirvana in this life. The death and reincarnation is impermanent because it deteriorates over time. We study Dharma until seeing this impermanent. If you consider, as I say, in the end, we will become weary of death and reborn, death and reborn. And finally, we decided to achieve Nirvana in this life. Nirvana is immortal forever. Please bear in mind. The story in this talk is very simple to understand. As I told you, The ultimate wisdom of true Dharma in Buddhism, we study only the subject of the mind. Can you understand me? What you see now is really. What you hear now is really. What you feel now is very heavy. I feel heavy. What you feel now is really. What you see now, it doesn't mean that we see. What you hear now, it doesn't mean that we hear. But it means the nature is aware of nature. The Buddha told people who attend this flight. Sorry. The Buddha taught people who attend this flight nothing more to study than this. You know, the ultimate wisdom of true Dharma, we study only the subject of the mind. We did not study about human existence. You know, what you see now, it doesn't mean our true self. In the fictional language, we call a man standing. Can you understand me? You know, as I told you, the ultimate wisdom of true Dharma in Buddhism, we study only the subject of the mind. We did not study about human existence. Let's suppose. Let's suppose. What you see now, it means a man. It means our true self. Let's suppose further standing is either communication in this talk. But in reality, what you see now, it doesn't mean anything. Now, please believe, what you see now is a man standing or our true self. Further standing, communication, temporarily, you know, our true self. What you see now, our true self. What you see now is a man. What you see now, this is the body. What you see now is our true self. Our true self consists of two things. The first thing is this body. And the second thing is the mind. The mind lives in this body. When we die, this body die. This body will die. But the mind, the mind, the mind won't die. The mind will reborn again. Can you understand me? When we die, this body will die. But the mind won't die. The mind, when we die, this body will die, and the mind will reborn again. When we die and reborn again, and then we die and reborn again, and then we die and reborn again, we call the cycle of death and reincarnation. The cycle of death and reincarnation can be stopped. The cycle of death and reincarnation can be stopped. That means you must attain nirvana in this flight. Please bear in mind. You know, the light which is still alive is represent of the mind. So the mind is the light. The mind or light cannot be controlled. In this talk, please believe this is our true self, temporary first standing communication. Can you understand me? This is As I told you, this is our true self. Our true self consists of two things. The first one is this body, and the second thing is the mind. You know, the ultimate wisdom of true Dharma in Buddhism, we study only the subject of the mind. Where can I find the mind? The mind is just a fictional language for understanding, communication, temporarily. In reality, the meaning of the mind, the meaning of life, it does not really exist. But in this talk, please believe temporarily for communication, understanding temporarily. What you see now is mean this body. The mind or life cannot be seen because it's invisible. You know, the ultimate wisdom of true Dharma in Buddhism, we study only the subject of the mind. In this talk, let's support. In this talk, let's support. The life which is still alive is represent of the mind. So the mind is the life. The mind or life cannot be controlled. Please take a look. As I told you, in Buddhism, we study only the subject of the mind. Where can I find the mind? Where can I find the life? It's just a thought. The word life, the word mind, is in your thought, is in my thought. We can't understand each other in the meaning of life and the mind, because we were taught to believe in the meaning of the fictional language. But in reality, the meaning of the mind, the life, is just a fictional language for communication, understanding temporarily. It's just a thought. But in this talk, please believe that the word mind and life is really. Can you understand me? It's really that first understanding each other in this talk. You know, the true Dharma in Buddhism is not possible to teach each other because there are nothing to teach. The true Dharma in Buddhism is purely mental, it's universal truth. It doesn't have the fictional language to say. In this talk, I have to borrow the language to create content and story to talk to you for understanding about the various idea or thought process. Can you understand me? You know, the hardest thing for me is how to create content and story about the true Dharma in English, because I need the meaning in English to be as close to Thai language as possible. That will create content and story about the true Dharma in English to talk to you for understanding about the various idea or thought process. The conclusion in this talk is, as I said, what is the true Dharma in Buddhism? The true Dharma in Buddhism is mean it really exists. Please take a look. What is the true Dharma in Buddhism? The true Dharma in Buddhism is mean it really exists. Please bear in mind.